welcome back. Today we are going to read Superstorms again, just to review about our severe weather. Before we get started, let's go over the parts of our book really quickly. What part of the book is this? The front cover. What part is this? The spine. What does the spine do? Why is the spine important to have on a book? It keeps our book together, right? It holds it together. Good. What part of the book is this? The back cover. Awesome. We also have this important page in the front. This page has two different names. The first one, we call it a title page. Why is this called a title page? It has the title on it, right? It can also be called the front page. Good. It's the first page we see when we open a book. On the title page, we always have the title. Sometimes we have a picture, and then sometimes we have our author. Our author is Seymour Simon. What does the author of a book do? The author writes the words, exactly. Yesterday we talked about if this book was fiction or nonfiction. Which one is this book? Is it fiction or nonfiction? It's nonfiction. Why is this book nonfiction? There's a few different reasons we talked about. One is that it has real pictures. These pictures were not drawn. These pictures were all taken with a camera for this book. We also know that all of this is real. None of this is made up. These are all facts, so that means they're true. Facts about storms, so true things about different storms. So we can learn from this book. It's not telling us a story. They're just giving us facts and letting us learn different things about storms, okay? The air around us is always moving and changing. We call these changes weather. Storms are sudden, violent changes in the weather. What does the word sudden mean? We talked about that a little bit yesterday. What does sudden mean? Sudden means quick, kind of comes out of nowhere, okay? What does violent mean? So violent means they're very strong. They can do a lot of damage. Every second, hundreds of thunderstorms are born around the world. Thunderstorms are heavy rain showers. They can drop millions of gallons of water in just 1 minute. So remember yesterday we talked about a gallon is normally what your milk comes in. So think about if you had 1 million of those jugs filled with water. It can drop all that water in just 1 minute. That's a lot of water that would be coming down. During a thunderstorm, lightning bolts can shoot between clouds and the ground. A bolt of lightning is 50,000 degrees. That's 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. Lightning can destroy a tree or a small house. It can also start fires in forests and grasslands. So we talked about how lightning can be so hot that it could start a fire with grass or leaves if those are really dry. Thunder is the sound lightning makes as it suddenly heats the air. You can tell how far away lightning is. Count the seconds between the flash of light and the sound of thunder. 5 seconds equals 1 mile. So you'll always see lightning first before you hear thunder. So when you see the lightning, you can count until you hear the thunder. And that will tell you how far away it is. So if I see lightning and then I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I hear thunder, that would tell me it was 1 mile away. If I got to count to 10 before I heard thunder, that would tell me it was 2 miles away. And you keep going. So if it was 15, it would be 3 miles away. Hailstones are chunks of ice that are tossed up and down by the winds of some thunderstorms. Hail can be the size of a marble, so that's pretty small, think about the size of a marble, or larger than a baseball. Nearly 5,000 hailstorms strike the United States every year. They can destroy crops and damage buildings and cars. In July 1995, so that was the year it happened, a fast-moving group of thunderstorms hit New York State. Winds reached speeds of 100 miles per hour. Over 3,000 lightning bolts struck in 1 minute. and millions of trees were uprooted or snapped in two. What does it mean if the tree was uprooted? We talked about that a little bit yesterday. So that means the wind pulled the tree up out of the ground. So remember, roots are under the ground, but that wind was so strong it pulled it up out of the ground. Thunderstorms sometimes give birth to tornadoes. So that means sometimes if there's a thunderstorm, a tornado will come after it. Not all the time, but sometimes that happens. Inside a storm, a funnel-shaped cloud reaches downward. Winds inside a tornado can spin faster than 300 miles per hour. These winds can lift cars off the ground or rip houses apart. So that's why during our module, we're talking about how to be prepared for this so we can stay safe when this does happen. More than 1,000 tornadoes strike the United States each year. Most of them form during spring and summer. In April 1974, nearly 150 tornadoes struck 13 states east of the Mississippi River. More than 300 people were injured. Nearly 10,000 homes were destroyed. Television and radio stations often give early alerts. A tornado watch means that one may strike during the next few hours. So if you hear we have a tornado watch, that means that they're just kind of looking to see if we're going to have a tornado. It may not happen, but it may happen. So they're just kind of being careful if we have a tornado watch. A warning means a tornado has been seen by people or on radar. So radar is what the meteorologists use to see when a storm may come. During a tornado warning, you should find shelter in a basement or a closet. We also talked about that sometimes a bathroom is a safe spot to go as well. Hurricanes are the most dangerous storms in the world. They hurt more people than all other storms combined. Hurricanes stretch for hundreds of miles. They have winds of between 74 and 200 miles per hour. The eye of a hurricane, so remember this is the eye of the hurricane, is the quiet center of the storm. Inside the eye, the wind stops blowing, the sun shines, and the sky is blue. But beware, the storm is not over yet. Hurricanes are born over warm ocean waters from early summer to mid-fall. So we don't see a lot of hurricanes here because we don't live by the ocean. But if you live in Florida, like a lot of you go to the beach in Florida, that's where hurricanes can start. When they finally reach land, their pounding waves wash away beaches, boats, and houses. Their howling winds bend and uproot trees and telephone poles. Their heavy rains cause floods. In August 1992, Hurricane Andrew smashed into Florida and Louisiana. Over 200 people were left homeless. In the Pacific Ocean, hurricanes are called typhoons. In April 1991, a typhoon hit the country of Bangladesh. So that's outside of our country. Our country is the United States. Bangladesh is part of a different country. Over 1 million homes were damaged or destroyed, and more than 130,000 people were injured. Blizzards are huge snowstorms. They have winds of at least 35 miles per hour. Usually, at least 2 inches of snow fall per hour. Temperatures are at 20 degrees or lower. That is very cold. Falling and blowing snow make it hard to see in a blizzard. So if you look at our picture, it is hard to see, isn't it? You can barely see those trees back there. In March 1993, a major blizzard struck the entire East Coast. Cold temperatures, high winds, and heavy snows hit from Florida to Canada. Millions of people lost power and spent days in dark, cold homes. Thousands were stuck on snowy highways and in airports when planes were grounded. So it's not always safe to fly or drive in the snow, so that's why people were stuck. No one can prevent storms. We talked about what prevent means. So that means no one can stop storms from happening. They're gonna happen, but weather reports can predict, so they can give us a really good guess and warn us when a storm may hit. The more prepared we are, the safer we will be when the next one strikes. So here's our review today for severe weather. I hope you had fun yesterday making your safe plan with your family of what to do during severe weather. Today I want you to continue filling out your weather log. So draw a picture of what the weather's like today. Today, if you want to, I would love for you to create an emergency kit to have during severe weather. What would you need if you had to go down to the basement and stay for a while? What would you need? Think about if the power went out, if you got hungry, if you got cold. Think about what you might need in case that does happen. Okay, so you could take a picture of your kit, you could send a video, you could draw a picture, you could write about it, but I would love to see it. That'd be a great way to get some gold medal work. And that way I know that you're so prepared in case we have some severe weather. I hope you have a great afternoon, friends. See you tomorrow.